Right, so I've just got off the phone with my dad and he wants some more bee and butterfly attracting flowers in his garden. He's in his 80s, so he doesn't want to be having to bend over and transplant a whole load of plants, and he's really looking for something on the wildflower, native British wildflower kind of side of things that he can just scatter on the ground, and hopefully some of them will come up in the summer and just fill the gaps between his perennials and his shrubs. So I obviously have this huge pile of seeds here, and I was wondering what would work that he could scatter on the ground, you know, at various times in the year that would come up for him reliably. So I'm going to go through this tin and I'm going to find seeds that I think will work, and I'm going to separate them out, put them to one side, and then I'm going to take out some, and unless I just give him the whole packet, it depends on the plant, I'm going to put some in these little seed bags here, and then I'm going to post them to him, and I'll probably write on them what they are and when they need to be sown. So I won't put anything you know, that can't really be sown, sort of really from now on. Really, we're having such a mild we've had such a mild winter really this year and spring, and although he's not near me, he's in Somerset, which is about 150 miles, 200 miles from here. His climate has been really mild as well up there, so he can pretty much grow whatever I grow here. And the requirement will be that it's wildlife friendly, it's a pollinator, and that it can germinate once the weather is warm enough, that there's a really good chance that it can germinate on its own without any special treatment. So they're the plants I'm looking for, the seeds that I'm looking for. The final selection. If you look below at the ticker tape below, I'm going to list all the seeds that I chose that should be easy for him to germinate without a great deal of trouble. So a definite yes will be some nasturtiums and some cornflowers, and I'm going to send him some of these and some of, I think I used all the Dara. I can't send him Dara then. So I'm moving definitely into my yes pile now. Some of the seeds like the teasel and the achillea, salvia, and also some of my sweet peas, they require a little bit more special treatment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do them here, start them here, and then take them up in the spring when I visit, and I'll plant them out for him. So what I bought these bags off Amazon because I thought I might, because my sweet peas did so well, I may, now that I've grown them myself, I've harvested them and I've regrown them, and they're coming up absolutely fantastically. I think literally one or two haven't germinated out of about 100. And I've got loads left. So I thought what I might do is sell them, you know, if I have so many next year as well. And then if anybody wants them. And I've got these really nice sort of eco-friendly, they're not plastic, little packets. So what I'm going to do is I'll just do a poppy mix, and then what have you, and I'll pack them up and I'll get that done now. And then all you need to do is you need to just obviously gently open the packet to put the seeds in, because some come in those little foil packets and some just are loose inside these paper bags, so it's quite difficult sometimes. And then I tip them in, but what I did have to do is seal the top and the bottom of my wax packet, because the bottom seam wasn't totally closed, and a few of the very smaller seeds were actually leaking out onto the table. Then I just went through my entire selection of seeds doing the same. With things like the poppies, I actually just put them in one wax packet and he can just sprinkle them together and they'll just come up randomly. This one here is Covent Garden Gypsophilia, Covent Garden variety, and it's quite small, so the reason I put that in separately, I've put some of them in separately, is because he can then determine where in the borders he wants to sprinkle each different variety. So for instance, the foxgloves would go further back and the Covent Garden nearer the front. Alright, so I'll crack on and speed up the rest of this process for you. These away. Okay, so what we've got, let's do a recap. We've got a poppy mix. So I mixed a few of the poppies each of those. I think they are probably most likely to germinate above all of them. The greater knapweed, I think this will germinate actually pretty well as well. The aquilidra, I can't explain it because they germinate like crazy in my garden. But when I tried to grow them from seed, I mean, they self-seed and everything, but I think next time I'm just going to get the packet and sprinkle it where they're already growing and see what happens. Nasturtiums, again, they were so easy to grow in Brighton. So my thoughts are that my garden here is damper and has less sun, although I do obviously have south-facing parts of the garden. It's not as sunny as my Brighton garden, and it's a bit wetter. So I think this might like lots of sun and not too much water, is my guess. These have already, again, these were the first actually to germinate in my winter sowing bottles outside, so that should be fairly easy. I think once we get into March, I think the zinnias should come up pretty nice. I've got some germinating on my window ledge. The Phacelia, I mean, there's loads here anyway. So I think these could work. Again, I'm just going to cover that bottom there. Because again, I don't feel that's very secure. Just there. Yeah, so these are, again, I think they attract the bees, and I think they will grow very well, and they'll have some nice blue flowers up amongst the other perennials that he has. Cosmos, again, you can get lucky and unlucky with Cosmos, so we'll see. If it's warm enough, I think it should be fine. Foxglove Foxy Mix, he can just have the packet because I've already got some germinating and I've got some other packets. Cornflower Blue, again, another one, could be hit or miss. With enough seeds there, he should do okay. And the Gypsophilia, the same. So I'm just going to seal up the bottom there as well, because look at that. That's not great. I'm kind of stuck in the corners there, so I'll have to tell him to put his glasses on when he does this. Just be careful. Gypsophilia there. So he should have a nice little selection of seeds that he can sprinkle around the garden. I'm pretty pleased with that, and I think he will be too. And I hope when I go up in the spring with some plugs and things for him, I'm going to do him some of my sweet peas too, and then I can review the results. All right, and then just as a final step, so I had these for greeting cards, these little cellophane wrappers. So I'm just going to put them all in here so that should the postman get rained on, then at least the seeds won't. So they will go in there, and I can fold that over like so. Squash the air out, and then pop them. I need to fold them over a little bit more there. And he will, a bit too rough there. He will have them by, let's see, what, it's Wednesday now, so he probably won't get them till Saturday, probably, realistically, at the earliest. But they should be fine. Should have written that first, shouldn't I? And I'm not gonna fall out with the envelope, because it wasn't the envelope's fault that I ripped that just then. Oops. And then I always seal them at the back. Sometimes they don't seal that well. All right, that's a couple of seeds there, look, that I lost on the way. All right, so I'm going to send that out to my dad today, and I'll make him give me an update. He probably won't video an update. He just won't want to do that, but we'll see. I'll get him to give me a video call or something like that, and we'll see how he gets on. All right, thanks for watching. See you again in the next video. Bye.